Oh, shoot. Apple came out with their new Apple Creator Studio suite, and I'm going to be checking out Pixelmator Pro. Are you ready? I'm ready. Let's go. Woo! All right, so I'm going to jump into Pixelmator Pro and see what some of these new features are. Let me type up Pixelmator, create a document, browse. I don't know. I'm going to browse for a file on my computer. All right. So we got this picture here. So I don't know what this is. I guess this is the selection tool. So if I select my person here, the subject, I can quickly select them. Oops, I made a little bit of a mistake. I select them from the background, and it automatically is picking up what is what. What if I released there? What if I need to add more? Can I just, I can press the shift button and I can add more. It'll automatically allow me to add more of this person. Is that the AI selection? Okay, and then press delete. Okay, so let me invert it, and now I can press delete. And now I have this person cut out. But that still seems like a lot of work. There must be, what's AI about that? Oh, shucks. Oh, oh shoot. You guys see that? I just figured out how to do the background removal. So we got to go to edit, and we have to find the background removal. Oh, there you go. There's a background removal or remove background option. So it's actually shift delete. So let's press shift and delete, and it's going to remove the background here. Oh shoot, look at that. It removed it very easily. So let me see if I can just click it. Oh, no. I'm going to do that with another picture. Hold on. Let me open it up. This is like voodoo magic something. So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to have your image. Then what you're going to do is you're going to right click on the layer, and you can either click and hit remove background, or you can use shift delete. So I'm going to use shift delete, but you can also click on remove background, and it's going to automatically check what the background is, and it's going to remove the background, and it's pretty good. There are some key spots that are missing. So for instance, the back of his jacket here, Oliver's jacket here, and then Chantel's eye is kind of janky. The white part of her eye is removed, and the white of his head is removed. And so the thing that's good about this particular feature is that you can do this in literally one click. The bad thing about it is that it's what we call destructive, which means it deletes and removes the background without us being able to fill this back in. So instead of us using this feature, which is a much more permanent feature, and it's better for backgrounds that are more solid and defined, what we're going to use is we're going to use another feature that's under the masking options within the layer column, and it's called hide background. So we're going to click on hide background, and this is going to do similar to the same thing, but the difference is that it created a mask layer. So it's just hiding our background. It's not deleting our background, which means we can grab a brush. You can find a paintbrush here, select our layer, find a paintbrush, and we want to make sure that it is on white, because what I want to do is I want to fill in some of these areas here. Nice and easy, breezy. You know, it's not perfect, but I can always go back and come in and chop this down a bit. And again, I'm just doing this really fast, right? Normally you would add a little bit more feathering or softness on your brush so that you can go in, and the feather will really allow you to get to those edges quicker. I'm going to do the same thing here with her eyes, and make sure her eyes are filled back in, and a little bit of her arm here. Perfect. And then the back of his suit. there. Again, I'm doing this really quick. Normally I'll take a little bit more time to clean this up, but I'm just doing this just for an example here. Let's add a beautiful new color. How about red? Put that in there. And now we have a different background. And at any point in time, we can always see what our before is and our after. Pretty cool. That's the AI background removal in Pixelmator Pro. All right, so I'm gonna try this repair tool and see if I can take this plant out of the background here. So I'll just select just the plant here. Okay. Now they kind of destroyed his ear. So I'm gonna make this a little bit smaller and do that again. Try and get as close as I can without getting to his face. And we have a repair tool, and yeah, it still messes up his ear. That's weird. Let me see if I can do a straight line and do that. Okay, that's a little bit better. What about getting rid of this clock? That's not the greatest. What about his button on his sweater? Okay, that's not too bad. That's cool. That works really well. So it's fine. It's like something that's on every photography program that we know in life. All right, for me, those are the major things that I've kind of found in Pixelmator Pro. It's pretty good. It's nothing revolutionary. A lot of the things that are in Pixelmator Pro are things that have been in Photoshop and other programs, Affinity, for years. So this is just a nice to have. I do like the background, removing the background. That is pretty handy, but everything else is pretty standard. So I would say, depending on your use case scenario, you may or may not get a big impact or a big boost in terms of the new features that are in this iteration of Pixelmator Pro.